1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mike Heading here. Today we're going to break down an up-the-neck version of the classic song John Hardy in the key of A. I've got my capo on the 2nd fret. This is kind of an intermediate version, but maybe a beginner could tackle it with some practice. We're going to basically work on taking a simple melody that we know down the neck and transferring it up the neck so you've got an additional solo. This lesson is going to use a bunch of the basics up the neck Scruggs positions that you're going to want to get familiar with, and a lot of these licks and ideas could be used in a bunch of your favorite bluegrass tunes. I'm going to break down the whole thing note for note and then show you, since this is an intermediate lesson, a little bit more advanced up the neck backup stuff we're going to do. We're going to be talking about the Scruggs thumb wrap on the 5th string, so wrapping that around to add some different notes and to make basically make your backup more interesting. Alright, here's John Hardy up the neck in the key of A. Alright, let's start breaking down this John Hardy up the neck. Remember, we've got our capo on the 2nd fret. We're in the key of A, so your tab is relative to your capo, remember. And that's especially important when you're playing further up the neck. Remember, your capo basically becomes 0, so you're counting up from your capo. So keep that in mind as we're playing this lesson. Let me play the first 5 measures and then I'll start breaking it down. Here we go. Let's do that a few times. One more time, a little faster. Okay, so we're going to start up at the 7th fret with our 1st finger of our left hand, our index finger. We're basically going to be in this Scruggs D position. It's a G chord relative to our capo, remember. So we're going to start with our 1st finger at the 7th fret. We're going to play that note with the thumb of our right hand. And that's on beat 2, so you can count beat 1, 1. And then we're going to slide our 2nd finger from 8 to 12. So basically we're going to be sliding from this D position up to our bar chord. So that's the move. So we're going to slide up, and then we're going to put our 3rd finger up on the 12th fret. Remember, it's relative to your capo, so all these are relative to your capo. So you've got 2, 3, and 4. Let's do that a few times. And with my right hand, I'm doing thumb, index, middle. So 2, 3, and 4. Don't slide too fast. And then we're going to slide our 2nd finger up 1 fret to the 13th fret, and then you're going to slide your 3rd finger up 2 frets to the 15th fret, or 14th fret, excuse me, 14th fret, relative to your capo. So you're right here, and you basically slide your 2nd finger up 1 and your 3rd finger up 2. So we're going from this to that. Remember, this is your octave where it starts over, right? So it's basically like your C down here. We're just doing it up here with these 2 fingers. So let's just practice that move a few times. Keep your left hand down. It's really important to use these fingers. My left hand fingerings, they're below the tab. They're the numbers in the circles. I really recommend sticking with these fingers. It'll make the song a lot easier to play. Okay, now for measure 2. So once you're up there, you're going to hit your index finger, and then we're going to do the Foggy Mountain breakdown roll. So you hit that index finger on the 13th fret, then your thumb comes down, you do thumb middle, 2nd string, 1st string, and then you're going to go up and do 5, 2, 1, 5. Those are my strings. So index, and then thumb middle. Let's do that a few times. I'm just going to loop measure 2. And for this song, since it's up the neck, I'd recommend not hitting the 5th string too hard. It's just kind of a drone note. You want the 1st and 2nd string basically to be the highlighted notes. And then measure 3, you're going to reach your pinky up to the 15th fret. And then you're going to do a little ghost note on the 5th string, so you can hit the note or you can just use it basically as a timekeeper. And then you're going to take your pinky off and go back to that 14th fret. Just keep your 3rd finger down. And then you're going to hit that ghost note again. So measure 3 sounds like this. And those are quarter notes. Remember, your 5th string is just a timekeeper there. So let's practice the first 3 measures. Here we go. Let's do that a few times. Really important to keep this shape down and just add your pinky. Resist the urge to take your other fingers off. Now measure 4, you're going to slide your 3rd finger back down to the 12th fret. So back down to that bar chord position. Remember, we're not doing the bar chord, but we're using different fingers. We're going to play that note with our middle finger. And then we're going to do a hammer-on from 11 to 12 with your 1st and 2nd fingers. And we're going to do the Foggy Mountain roll again. So it's the same roll as measure 2. And then you do 5, 2, 1, 5 again. And you're going to come down, and then you're going to bend the 10th fret. So let's play it real slow. And you're going to get back down to this 8th fret, which is your octave. Let's do that a few times. Keep your right hand moving. Let's just focus on the right hand for a second. So it's middle, thumb middle, and then T-I-M-T-I. Keep your right hand moving there. You can also practice it without the bend at first to get the timing down. But I'm bending that note up a little bit. That's one of those things that's kind of hard to translate into tab. It's a sound thing, so just, it's that Earl Scruggs bend. So just practice how far you have to bend that up. And then measure 5, we're going to land on that note, the 8th fret, and then hit the open 5th string, which is the same note, and then we're going to slide back up. You're going to slide this time basically from 9 to 12. Basically the same idea, it's just your 1st finger's down. It's basically the same intro that we did. So you're sliding back up. So let's try that. So that's 4 and 5 together. Really important to hit that open 5th string. That's your timekeeper. We need that extra beat there. So let's do that one more time. Let's do the first 5. Here we go. One more time.